Welcome to Cafecito Time with
Kristen
and Eric. Today we're reviewing Folgers Classic Roast. You ready?
Oh yeah.
Salute. All right, well, welcome to today's episode of Cafecito Time, and we got a good one. Don't you think, babe?
A good one, yes. What do you mean by good?
Well, it's all relative because today we've got the battle of the cheap coffees, affordable coffees. And today we're hitting the classic of all classics, classics in the name, Folgers Classic Roast. And it's always been the staple of the affordable American coffee. But in today's world of specialty coffees, does this hold up? Yeah, the only time I've had Folgers is when my parents had friends over and they would pull out this frozen container of Folgers with 2 years worth of freezer burn on it. And sometimes I drink that. So hopefully this is better. Who knows?
How are we going to be preparing it today? Yeah,
today we're going to be using our preferred method to brew coffee. And I think it's enough with all of the high-end Chemex and pour-over coffees. We don't need that. That's snob stuff. We are true coffee connoisseurs, and we're going to be using the
Choreador,
which is a traditional...
it's like a traditional Latin American pour-over, if you will. We call it the sock.
The sock. And it's
You'll see why.
Essentially that. It's a sock or a piece of cloth with a wooden stand, sometimes a wire stand, and coffee in the sock, and you pour over your hot water and you brew your coffee that way.
Yep. So it really is just like a pour-over, except with a sock.
And sometimes the sock gets washed, sometimes it doesn't. So
we don't talk about the washing of the sock.
We're gonna walk you guys through brewing this coffee with the Choreador, and I say we jump into it. What do you say?
I say we do it. Let's see, maybe the Choreador will redeem Folgers in some of the eyes of Americans.
I don't know if it needs redeeming. We'll find out.
All right.
All right, we're here in the kitchen and we're ready to use our Choreador, which we will get to. I'll show you guys how this works. But first, we're going to be using our, what would you call this, Kristen?
Our boiler?
Our boiler. And these are actually pretty common. The first time I saw this was in Costa Rica with your family, actually. And had to buy one, so we have one now. There are probably written instructions on how to use a Choreador, but I think the best way to brew coffee is with the heart, with this one. And just gauge how much water you want for your cup of coffee. We're gonna use 2 cups of coffee in our Shark Week mug. We've got our second cup of water we're gonna put in. And now, the fun part. Hit that, and we wait. All right, our next step is going to be putting, as this boils, putting our coffee into the Choreador sock. And we just opened this up. I'm not gonna lie, it smelled really good to start. Now that I smell it, I kind of get coffee, I kind of get cigarettes that have just been put out. So that will be an interesting thing to see how this turns out with taste. But we can see water's boiling now. Again, there's probably detailed instructions on this, but I think with the Choreador, the best thing is just to use what works for you. So I like to use per cup 2 heaping spoonfuls into the sock. 1, 2, that's for the first cup. Then we're gonna do 1, 2 for the second cup, and then I always give it a little extra love. Okay, so our water is ready to roll here, and now it's time for the most important part. with brewing coffee with the chorreador, and really pour over, but especially here. So we're just gonna do the pour over thing and start pouring right over the coffee grounds in the sock. Now, generally, when you're using this chorreador technique, the slower you pour, the deeper and stronger your coffee is going to be. All right, so we are back. We've got our coffee right over here, and we're about to taste this Folgers coffee. Are you excited? Are you nervous? What's the deal?
I am excited. I'm gonna do a few things because I usually always drink my coffee with cream, or sorry, not cream, but half and half. Also need to add my poison. So, just kidding. It.
And what kind of coffee do you generally like?
I don't know, coffee that tastes good.
I think that's a that's a good.
I kind of do like those diner cafe coffees.
Yeah.
I don't know, but
well, I think that's a good. You do like.
I don't like the berry coffees, like the coffees that taste like berries.
Yeah, I think we both don't like the kind of high-end acidic berry tasting coffees. We just like more plain Jane, diner coffee that's good but isn't super high-end.
But anyway.
Okay, before we get started here, I wanted to read some of the tasting notes on Folgers coffee, if there's such a thing. So, Cheap Coffee Reviews says that there's a slight sweetness that is hard to place, but a distinct characteristic found in many Folgers blends. It's a faint, fruity tart taste that fades quickly in the mouth. It is quite bitter and not the most balanced coffee out there.
Alright, so I'm looking for something that's kind of bitter at the end, but has a slightly sweet taste at the beginning?
I guess. And I said that this kind of smelled like cigarettes.
Yes.
So I scrolled down and all the forum on Reddit are the 3 Reddit forums are the following. Number 1, Folgers Classic Roast. Is it drinkable?
Okay.
The next one, why does Folgers coffee taste like the bottom of an ashtray?
Oh, no.
And the last one, why is Folgers coffee bad? So,
well, we're about to tell you, maybe?
Yeah, I mean, when I first smelled it, it had like a little bit of a caramel smell, which was really nice. And then it turned into cigarettes. Okay, we got a chorreador. It is stopped dripping. And we've got our French press.
One. Just kidding.
Okay, there we go.
Yeah.
Next here, I'll let you make up your...
well, I'm going to try black
Oh,
first.
we're going to try black first, okay. Yeah, we got to get the smell.
Oh, gosh, it'll...
By the way, it is 7:30. We go to bed at about 9 o'clock, so this is perfect.
Smell like my grandmother's.
All right, let's start with the smell. Why not? It does not smell good. It smells burnt.
It does smell burnt.
What else?
Oh, yeah, I get retirement home.
Retirement home. Gas station coffee.
Gas station coffee.
For
maybe,
sure.
Yeah.
For me, it's like
I definitely
bad
get
gas station.
And this
Trucker
is,
stop.
Yeah, trucker stop for sure. Yeah, I have just been taken to a gas station on I-95.
Yeah.
In the middle of nowhere, maybe South Carolina.
Yeah.
And
this is not Bucky's coffee.
no,
Bucky's would never.
Bucky's would never do such a thing. Okay, so are we sipping?
Well, let's get the color. I mean, this is a deep black.
Well, look at it from the French
light?
press.
Yeah.
So we can see
here
it
we
through
go.
the glass.
That's a good idea. So we've got it here.
Gosh,
This
it really
looks.
is very dark.
What this looks like, babe, is when I used to do my Boy Scout canoe trips down the Swanee River. The Swanee River is the deepest brown that you could imagine.
Can't wait to taste.
Yeah, for better or for worse. All right.
All right.
Salud, chica.
All right. Salud. Pura vida.
Uno. That's a lie. That's a lie.
I'm sorry. No. Oh, did you really just take that because? Oh my gosh.
It tastes terrible. The aftertaste.
Get this right.
There's an aftertaste. I don't do cigars often, but it tastes like a cigar.
Yeah.
Like a not great cigar. Let's do it. I think that the real way to take this, though, is in our preferred drinking method. Concoctions, don't you? You gotta give it a fair shot.
Way ahead of you. I'm already fixing it up, and I need more cream. That is dark.
Yeah. So, but I think that we need to give it a fair shake, you know?
Okay, I agree. I definitely do agree. We need to give it the fair shot that it deserves.
Yeah.
Whew, okay, here we go.
All right, round two.
Mine's now a nice. What is it? What are you doing?
Carolina blue on the inside. Nice contrast.
That's nice.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I've made it to no longer taste like coffee at all.
Taste real quick.
All right.
Okay, mine tastes.
Like mine's a completely.
This tastes terrible. I'm not gonna lie. This is terrible.
Well, let me taste yours without the sugar.
So I take mine cream, no sugar, no sweetener. I just like half and half.
Yeah, I mean now it just tastes like water to me.
It tastes like water. That is exactly what it tastes like, with a very bad aftertaste.
Here, taste my cream and sugar concoction.
Okay, let's jump into this. See, that's not bad.
No, it's not. I mean, you gotta dress it up with the sugar.
This is not bad, which is probably why people drink this.
Yeah, because you can make it not taste like coffee after a quarter cup of half and half.
Right.
And a vast amount of sugar.
It just tastes like milk and sugar, which is why people drink this. Final thoughts. Let's do a rating here. Out of 10.
Okay, out of 10. So, yeah, what's our rating here?
10 is like 1820 coffee sitting on the top of a mountain in Costa Rica.
So location matters?
It does matter, of course.
Okay.
A 1 is, you know, a dirty rest stop after a 12-hour drive and it's 6 a.m. and you have 8 hours to go.
Ew.
Yeah.
You know,
and you stop and get your coffee.
Look how good mine smells now.
Yeah, it doesn't smell bad.
It smells like caramel. That's hilarious to me.
Not good.
Like, that smells like cheap caramel.
Well, you can drink your Folgers coffee then.
So worth it.
Just let's rate it. How is it? You know, taste
okay, 1
alone.
to 10.
Yeah.
Taste alone. I'm gonna go with tasting it as it is black first.
Yeah.
As black. I couldn't even drink it, so I would probably give it like a 1 or a 2. But dressing it up and making it totally not taste like coffee, I'll give it a 4. I mean, part of me is like, I can't get over the fact that it's Folgers, but if somebody had...
So for me, black, it's a 2. It was bad.
But you did take a couple big swigs.
Yeah. I mean, my mouth is like still gross. The sugar, I think, helps.
I can still, when I exhale, I can definitely still taste it as it was. It's bitter,
it tastes like cigarettes. I don't want to sound too much of a negative Nancy on this coffee. I know people love Folgers coffee.
Sure.
They drink it every morning. But for me, and again, I'm not a coffee snob. I like just plain Joe coffee. For me, it's pretty bad. For you,
the cream and sugar, you know, it really does smell and taste like a little light caramel. So I think this would be good ice, actually.
Good ice. We need to do an iced coffee of this.
Oh yeah.
It might make it better.
Actually, probably. Do you want to go get ice right now? Because mine's already cold.
Sure.
Okay.
All right, we are back, and we have the great idea to see if icing this coffee makes it better.
Here we go. Icing, by the way, the cream and sugar coffee. So, look at that nice color.
It looks pretty good. Looks like a latte.
It does look like a latte. See, that's how much cream went into this. Oops, I just went the wrong side. Let's go this way. Okay. That's pretty good. I would drink that.
That's good.
I would drink that.
This you would get at a hipster coffee shop for like $7 in that mason can, mason jar.
This is so good.
That's good. That's caffeine in there, so just FYI.
Okay. So cream until it gets to this color, and then a packet of Sweet and Low or 2 packets of sugar, depending on what you like.
Yep.
That will probably get you a delicious iced cup of coffee for very cheap. I will say, I pay $4.60 each morning for my iced coffee. How much was that thing that you bought?
I have no idea. That's probably a 30-cent cup of coffee.
And it's a good one. Wow.
Folgers. There you have it. Our thoughts. Thank you. And listen, we're not done with you, Folgers.
We're not done with you. We're going to use you for some of our taste tests coming up.
Yeah.
But thank you for being our prototype.
Yes, indeed. Thank you, Folgers. Guys, that's it for this this episode of Cafecito Time with Kristen and Eric. And we're going to have the subscribe button down low. And it's really going to help us to continue to taste coffee. So hit the subscribe button, hit the like button as well. And
if there are any coffees you want us to try, put it in the comments.
Exactly. So thanks, and we'll see you next time.